So if you watch this channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm not a great lover of undersized guitars. However, there is a tradition of classical undersized guitars because, as with violins, cellos, and that sort of thing, if you're starting out somebody really young, they can't obviously handle a full-size classical. So this is a Stagg C530, and this is a 3/4 guitar. So considerably smaller. And my problem with a lot of these undersized guitars, as with this Stagg here, is they're made incredibly cheap. So this is a slab cut something, probably a Geethis or Catalpa top, not very resonant, very boxy, very muddy sounding, some kind of unknown similar wood in the back. It's just stained to look like top wood and back wood. It's probably all similar wood. Unknown fretboard wood that's painted black, so ebonized. Fake binding, a plastic bridge with a plastic saddle, a plastic nut, very cheap tuners, and out the box set up very, very poorly. And the strings are very, very cheap and have no life at all. So it's not very inspiring to pick this up to play. I'm trying to channel my 6-year-old, 7-year-old self, picking one of these up and trying to make a sound. It probably is better than anything I had back then, to be honest with you, but still leaves a lot to be desired. Now this is a very, very, very low-end Stagg, and Stagg guitars are not really worth investing in until you get into their more intermediate guitars. So if you're looking to spend £100, £80 on a classical, you could do better than one of these. It's very heavy, it's very poorly graduated, and it's not a very good beginner guitar, either in the junior size or in the full size models. It came to me for a setup. This action will have to come down slightly. It's not really worth putting a lot of money into, to be honest with you. I don't think you can make it sound a lot better. Perhaps put some better strings on it and make it so it's easier to press the notes down so some kid doesn't get frustrated and quit. But yeah, I run into these every once in a while, and they rarely change my mind unless they are handmade or of a higher vintage than a lot of these entry-level guitars. So this one really is quite the same as many that I've come across, and I've done a few on this channel now. It's been a while since we did a Stagg classical anyway, so I thought to throw it up here. So yeah, unless you're getting this for 25, 30, 40 quid and willing to invest in some new strings, maybe tinker with the action, I probably wouldn't recommend something like this. It does come with a case, and often it comes with all the, accoutrements like strings, straps, that kind of stuff. But as with a lot of these sort of budget packages, they give you the cheapest stuff, so it won't be anything decent in terms of string, picks, plectrums, capos, that kind of thing. It's usually all the sort of Temu branded stuff that's really, really cheap, but it's better than nothing, and often it suffices to introduce you to those components, and then you upgrade from there. So this is a familiar story as far as an undersized or a fractional size guitar goes. There are people that make really good examples of stuff like this, but you're not going to get it in this price range. It's a similar story in the violin world. A lot of the fractional violins are very, very cheap. They're made for rental programs and school programs. If you want a really good one, you're going to have to pay for it. And it's kind of the same in these with these classical guitars as well. So yeah, the old Stagg C530 is a familiar story, I'm afraid. Very, very, very meager fractional size guitar, and doesn't sound very good at all, and definitely needs work, or you just move on and spend a bit more and get something that's going to inspire whoever's learning on it a little more than this would. Bear in mind, they're not going to be on this for long. Most kids go from half size to full size using the 3/4 size for only a small amount of time until their fingers, their arms and their frame grows. So, you know, you have to be smart, don't you? You can't buy high-end instruments at every fractional size. It'll bankrupt you. So I understand why you might cheat a little bit and then invest when they get to a full size. That's perfectly fair. However, this thing does not play very well, does not sound very good, and doesn't feel good. It's very, very heavy for what it is. But there you go. I thought to put it on here in the library of reviews that I've done over the years, so that anyone looking for this particular size and maybe running across one of these types of models has some sort of reference. All right, folks. See you on the next one.